Welcome. Welcome on Black with Fire Network, Africa Maria with my colleague.
INNOSSETU.
It is good evening from Kampala, Uganda. It's exactly 5 p.m. here. Well, the weather and the temperatures are so hot. But yeah, we of course we have to maneuver through all the situations. Of course, for those who are watching us live on Black with Fire Network 2, Twitter, Black of Net 1, and Facebook, Black of Network Radio. Of course, we welcome you today on yet another segment of Straight Up Africa here today with me and my colleague INNOSSETU, definitely, like always. And today we are taking you to the the western part of Africa, and that's definitely Nigeria. Now, apparently, there is this news that is running all over social media that the Nigerian Muslims in Nigeria who have, of course, failed or refused to fast, of course, being arrested. Uh, so it is. We know that the Islamic police in Nigeria, northern state of Kano, arrested 11 Muslims on Tuesday who were seen eating food during the Ramadan fast. Now, Kano has a majority Muslim population where an Islamic legal system, Sharia, operates alongside secular laws. We know that Islam is one of the largest religion in Nigeria, and the country has the largest Muslim population in Africa. Uh, um, First of all, there are criteria at which Muslims fast, like Muslims. One, if you are having a wife and you're not married, if you're not religiously married to that woman, you are not allowed to actually eat her food during that Ramadan, the Ramadan festival. You're not allowed if you're going to eat her food, that means you're not allowed to fast. It's only a religiously married woman that who feeds the husband during that, of course, fasting season. Looking at the situation, this still takes me back in the days when religion was being spread in Africa. Because really, as much as a lot of people would agree with religion, what if I'm not fasting for different reasons? And secondly, even the very religion claims that your fasting should be, there is something Muslims call niyyah. You should have the willingness to, of course, fast. But it's very, very terrible if such kind of laws actually, to me, it may be a good thing to religion or to Islam. A lot of people may celebrate about this, but I feel like it is, of course, something that it shouldn't be, uh, of course, stretched to this level, reaching an extent of arresting those who are not fasting. Because unless you are saying that you are giving them free food to break their fast, first of all, the situation in Nigeria is a little bit hard. People are going without food. People cannot afford a 3 square meal. And now, how will you fast if you don't have what to, of course, break your fast with? But anyway, I will say that of course, in Nigeria is estimated that 53.5 of the Nigerian population is Muslim now. Islam is predominantly concentrated in the northern half of the country, with a significant Muslim minority existing in the southern region. Most of the northern Nigeria is governed under Sharia law, while the rest of the country is governed under secular law. Apparently, we Tinubu, sit down. So you know that the history of Islam throughout Nigeria has been um, based on a very strong foundation, which of course still raises a lot of conflict within the Nigerian societies. For a very good time, we have seen Nigeria has had Muslim leaders. Um, Tinubu, even the current president of Nigeria, who is a Yoruba, of course, is as well a Muslim by religion. The same thing was with Buhari. In a lot, there is a lot of religious differences in Nigeria, but if you look at the Muslim sector or the Muslim religion, there is a lot of blindfolding in this religion. We see a lot of Nigerians claiming these are the very people who are kidnapping young, Christian Nigerians. Mm. They also claim these are the very people who are actually killing priests. So the struggle still continues. If you look at the political strategies of Nigeria and the political arena, you will understand it is a battle between Muslims and, of course, Christians. For a very long time, Nigeria has been run by Muslims. You can see how a little bit imbalanced their leadership is. That with the stodginess of the Muslims in Nigeria, and of course the Muslims holding the biggest population in the country, you don't expect the religions to, of course, come and take over power. So it is very important that the Muslims still keep this running. There are a lot of laws that actually were introduced to Nigeria that even still now some other Christians and other religions are still unsatisfied about them. There is I don't remember whether I saw this last year or like 2 years ago. There has been a lot of massacres um, going on in churches and with priests, and there is this very sorry story that, of course, spread all over social media. I don't know why Muslims have that. I'm sorry, I may use a word, but I don't know whether it is so barbaric, I should say, or something that is so inhuman, I should say. So this young university lady was studying in the northern part. So I think she went to study over there, and one, in schools, like, you might have WhatsApp groups, for your different classes. So after she passed her exams with flying colors, they did some exams. I think she won. She was a Christian. So in the comments, in the group, she just said everyone was praising her. So she said, um, "It's because of God." No, I think she used the word Jesus or something like that. So everyone, all the Muslims in the chat room were like, "You're not going to bring that story of Jesus right now in this group. You either delete that message, or we are going to do something." So she was like, Christian, born agains and whatever. So she said, "I'm not going to denounce my Jesus. You saying that I should delete this comment, apparently you're like claiming that I should denounce these," and she refused. And I can tell you, within a short time, this girl was murdered in a broad daylight. She was stoned to death. She was beaten. She was kicked by a group of Muslims until her last breath. And it was in the middle of in an open place where everyone is seeing, but no one could stop this. First of all, uh, they were all shouting. I don't know. They are. I don't know how they is it like Allahu Akbar stuff. And I think a lot of Muslims who were passing by did not really care to know that story. So this young Nigerian girl who had just joined the university lost her life under the cold hands of these very people. So anyway, we see a lot of barbarism within the African religions. We see a lot of inhuman behaviors, all in the name of humanity. We see a lot of unnecessary critics within the very people who claim they are, of course, humanitarians, or people who claim that they are so godly. There is a lot of hypocrisy when it comes to the religions that were spread down to, of course, Africa. But before I continue, when I'm not I'll let but before that, we should remember that there is a lot, and there are very many cultures, of course, in Nigeria as a country. And before people became this, their identified religion, the religions, they were Africans, right? Before someone becomes a Muslim, a Christian, or whatever it is, you are first of all an African. You're first of all who you are, because that is what defines you as a person. But we know very well that merchants from North Africa and the Senegalese basin introduced Islam to what is now Nigeria during the 11th century, and it was the first monotheistic Abrahamic religion to arrive in Nigeria. Now, the northern half of Nigeria was historically under the rule of various Islamic states and empires, such as the Kanem Bonu Empire and Mali Empire. Now, the Songhai Empire and Hausa kingdoms, of course, were also among the uh, the uh, the empires that existed in Africa. Sorry, in Nigeria. Now, the Sokoto Caliphate, founded by Fulani Islamic scholar Usman Dan Fadio, dominated northern Nigeria throughout the 19th century during the Fula jihadis. Now, until it was annexed by the British Empire in 1903, Portuguese missionaries introduced Christianity to the southern half of Nigeria during the 15th century, and it grew to be a dominant religion in Nigeria alongside Islam during British colonial rule beginning in the late 19th century. Now, Muslims in Nigeria are predominantly Sunnis of the Malik school of thought. However, there is a significant Shia minority, primarily in Kaduna, Kano, Katsina, Osun, Kwara, Yobe, and Sokoto states. Of course, we know with the Islam really for us here we call we have some of which we call Bataburi. Bataburi Gnawaji. I don't know the rest, but I see there are those who wear short trousers. They cut their trousers short. The women cover their eyes and every sorry the entire face and every other thing, and so I guess and others just cover like this. I don't know, but then here I see people say they are different. There are two types, I think. All right, keep this back. So Islam was introduced to Nigeria during the 11th century through geographical routes, North Africa and the Senegalese basin. Now, the origin of Islam in the country is linked with the development of Islam in the wider West African. Trade was the major connecting link that brought Islam into Nigeria. Islam was first documented in central Sudan by medieval Islamic historians and geographers such as al-Bakri, Yahat Ali Hamawi, and al-Naqiz, and later works of Ibn Battuta and Ibn Khaldun, who offered, of course, more notes about the Islam in the West Africa. Anyway, before I even jump to more about the Islam history in Nigeria, I was too late said to say something to you guys. Yeah. Mhm.
So, Islam, Nigeria is uh, one of the countries in Africa that have biggest population in Africa, and most one of the countries that have increasing populations that are increasing so fast. So before looking at what, of course, the Islamic police did yesterday, arresting over 11 people in Nigeria who are not obeying, of course, Sharia law in that state of Nigeria. We would like to know, as we would like me and other people out there that are watching us on Black Hot Fire Network, would like to understand how did, of course, Islam drop into Nigeria. We know that all the religions, most of the religions we have in Africa, they are foreign religions. So Islam, Christianity, and other religions, because these are the top religions. Someone may talk about even the kid who is one day old. So uh, she talked about Islam in northern Nigeria, because almost all areas in Nigeria, they are surrounded by Islamic religion. If at all the Uh, like Islam is one of the largest religions in Nigeria, covering an estimated number of 53.5% of the total population in Nigeria. Yet we know that Nigeria is having one of those biggest populations in Africa. What does that imply? That Nigeria is having almost half of its people doing Islamic religion. So She talked about the introduction of Islam's introduction in Nigeria, but we know that Islam grew in northeastern Nigeria, in particular, the Kanem Empire, as the result of the trade between the Kanem and the North African regions of Fezzan, Egypt, and Sri Lanka in the 11th century. Muslim merchants from the north sometimes reminded the settlements along trade routes. This merchant class would later preach the message of Islam to their host communities. When not only Islam, even other religions they were coming in Africa, the pioneers of these religions are the aliens who came to Africa to teach this kind of religions in Africa. They came with they did not focus on they did not put their main focus on religion at first. They came as traders. They came as like explorers, but in vain they started preaching the religion. If you look at Muslim merchants from the north that hosted communities in Nigeria, these are the people that started preaching, of course, Islamic religion slowly by slowly up to now that we see 53.5% of the total population in Nigeria covering Islam. So the first documented conversion of the traditional ruler was in the 11th century when the Mai woman Jimmy of Kenem was converted by a Muslim scholar whose descendants later held hereditary title of the chief Imam of Kenem. So, writings by Ahmed Futra, an Imam during the period of Idris Aroma, provided glimpses of the active Islamic community in the Bone. While religious archives showed Islam had been adopted as a religion of the majority of the leading figures in Bom Empire during the region of the Mai, that is King Idris Aroma from 1571 to 1603. Although a large part of that country still adhered to traditional religions, because we know that Africa, all these new religions in Africa, we had our our traditional religions in Africa. So, by the way, these people faced a lot of hardships in converting people. However, they brought a lot of things that Africans looked as new things for them to convert. So, Aroma fathered the cause of Islam in the country by introducing Islamic courts, establishing mosques, and setting up hostels in Makkah. So, the Islamic pilgrimage destination for, of course, Kanuris. Uh, in Houseland, we know that particularly Kano, this is the area. This is actually the particular area at the beginning of our topic that we talked about, where over 11 people were arrested for disobeying the Ramadan period. So because Kano, where these 11 people have been arrested by the police, it is in Horsaland. So we expect, or most of the Horsa people, these are Muslim people, because Islam, this was the center of Islam at the beginning. This is where Islam started from. Then it of course spread in the entire Nigeria. Islam is noted to have penetrated the territory in the 14th century, this territory of Kano that is in Horsaland. It is believed to have, of course, penetrated the territory in the 14th century from the West African traders who were the Mande people, Muslims from the this from the Senegalese Bensin and Muslim traders from Mali Empire. Muhammad Rumufa was the first ruler to convert to Islam in Hosaland. When these people brought about Islamic religion in Nigeria, and particularly in this Hosaland or this particular area where these people have been arrested, the Kano area, what these people did was to convert leaders. It started with the leaders. We know that leaders, they are leading examples of the society. Very many leaders act as, of course, they act as role models of other people. People follow leaders. What do leaders are influencers of the society? So these people started by, of course, converting leaders slowly. It had spread to the major cities of the northern part of the country by the 16th century, later moving to the countryside and towards the middle belt uplands. However, there are some claims for the earlier arrival of Islam in Nigeria than this that we are talking about today. The Nigeria-born Muslim scholar Sheikh, of course, Dr. Abu Abdallah Abdul Fattah has argued that Islam had reached sub-Saharan Africa, including Nigeria, as early as the first century of Hijrah through the Muslim traders and expeditions during the reign of the Arab conqueror. A lot of African history talks about the Arabs being behind the introduction of Islam in African countries. So even when we believe that more like uh, Islam to come to Nigeria, it came from from course West Africa, other African countries like Mali and stuff. But the main people of this were the Arab conquerors that conquered Africa. As because it is believed that of course Islam was in Nigeria as early as first century. So, whose Islamic conquests were under Umayyad dynasty during the Yazid time, spread to North Africa or the Maghreb Arabi, which includes the present-day Algeria, Tunisia, Libya, and Morocco. So, very many people talk about the Sokoto Caliphate. Of course, in 1803, Usman Dan Fido founded the Sokoto Caliphate. Uh, this guy was elected the commander of the faithful by his followers. These were Muslims that followed him by then. I don't know whether like people get access to all this information that we're talking about, because it could act as a truth that we had our own religion here in Africa, that all this that we are seeing today, these are foreign religions in Africa. I don't know whether people get access to this. I don't know whether they just deliberately refuse to accept what at a time we say about these things. So the Sokoto Caliphate became one of the largest empires in Africa, stretching from the modern day Burkina Faso to the Cameroon, and including most of the North Nigeria and South Niger. At its height, the Sokoto state included over 30 different emirates under its political structure. In its whole, the caliphate ruled through the March of the 19th century until, of course, in July 29th of 1903. The Second Battle of Bami concluded its dissolution by the British and German forces, because most of the German and the British forces, they believed so much in of course in Christian community, so they had to fight all this stuff by 1903. So that was, this is like I said, Nigeria has a lot of parts, and that is a north part of Nigeria, Islamic introduction, because when we talk about 53.5% of the population in Nigeria having been converted to Islamic religion, that is the biggest number. They can't be in North only, but Islam is divided or spread in very many parts of Nigeria. So that was what I talked about. That was northern Nigeria's introduction of Islam and how, because the place where 11 people were arrested yesterday, they are from Husaland, and that is Kano, where the police arrested these people. But even in the south, Islam is there,
Southwestern Nigeria.
of course. So that is how things start in Africa. Things start as unserious things and they escalate. They are all over the place. So the action we saw in northern in Hosaland yesterday, the Kano land, where people were arrested for, of course, rejecting the Sharia law of fasting during Ramadan period when they are Muslims. It couldn't be surprised that we can see such acts
Being extended to other areas.
to other areas. So, we get a cool, yeah, so, pull on
Yeah, that's my first one. Of course, you know, it sounds a little bit funny how you're forced to do something. How did even this concern the police? You know, that is religion for you. And you know how staunch the Nigerian government is when it comes to religion. Before I dive into, of course, telling you guys more about the Islam in the southwestern Nigeria, let me also remind you, let me also that a lot of things have been, of course, happening in Nigeria, more especially between the Muslim Nigerians and these other religions, but the government of Nigeria has always kept a deaf ear. There was a certain time where we had the Fulanis of Nigeria massacring. It was like another genocide, and it's so funny that the entire world in all right, let's even not talk about the entire world. That the Nigerian government did not actually take this so serious. Where this very Fulani came and started, they burnt apparently like the entire village because I think they lost like two cows or something. So it should have been like going on for some long time. And a lot of people feel so dissatisfied. They feel so unsatisfied with what is going on. They feel they are so left out. The government doesn't really care when it comes to these other religion. And you know so much the biggest reason behind our ununity. I mean, the impossible things that, of course, are the things that make it impossible. Sorry, for Africa to unite. Religion is among these very things. Nigerians, a lot of Nigerians have always been so unsatisfied, most of them claiming the government doesn't really care about them simply because they are not Muslims, and a lot because there has been a lot of death and a lot of ignoring, a lot of complaints. But at the end of the day, if it is a Muslim, people say that nobody really looks into that because, first of all, I think the ruling party is apparently, of course, governed by those people. Now, in the southern west, in the southwestern Nigeria, Islam came in the southern west Yoruba speaking areas. And during the time of the Mali Empire, now in this movement of Islam in the face of the empires, and kingdoms in Yoruba land, Sheikh Dr. Abu Abdallah Adelabo supported his claims on early arrival of Islam in the southwestern Nigeria by citing the Arab anthropologist Abduhu Badawi, who argued that the fall of Kaush, southern Egypt, and the prosperity of the political multicultural Abbasid period in the continent had created several streams of migration moving west in the mid 9th sub-Sahara. Of course, according to Adelebu, we know that the popularity and the influence of the Absad dynasty, the second great dynasty with the rulers carrying the title of Caliph, fostered a peaceful and prosperous surge of pastures by the intercultured Muslims from Nile to Niger and Arab traders from desert to the New. Now, echoing the conventional historical view that the conquest of North Africa by the Islamic Umayyad Caliphate between the those particular years effectively ended Catholicism in Africa for several centuries. Now, Islam in ancient Yoruba is referred to as a sin Malay, which folk uh, here, um, but there is a let us explain this. Anyway, it's alright. So, Yoruba came in contact with Islam around the 19th century during the reign of Mansa Kankani Musa of the Mali Empire. According to Al Aluri, the first mosque was built in Oyoli, and although there were no Yoruba Muslims, the mosque only served by spiritual needs of foreign Muslims living in Oyo. Now, progressively, Islam came to Yoruba land, and Muslims started building mosques. Luo Town Led is the first mosque built in 1655, followed by the Isayin in 1760, Lagos 1774, Saki 1790, and Osogo 1889. Now, in time, Islam spread to other towns like Oyo, um, Ibadan, Abeokuta, Ijebu, Ode, Ikirun, and Ede before the 19th century Sokoto jihad. Several factors contributed to the rise of Islam in Yoruba land by mid 19th century before the decline of Oyo. Now, several towns around it had large Muslim communities. When Oyo was destroyed, these Muslims, the Yoruba and migrants, of course, relocated to newly formed towns and villages and became Islam protagonists. Now, there was a mass movement of people at this time into Yoruba land. Many of these migrants were Muslims who introduced Islam to their host. According to Edes, the religion differed in attraction and better adapted to Yoruba social structure because it permitted polygamy. More influential Yorubas like Sheikh Kuku of Ijebu land soon became a Muslim with a positive impact on the native. Now, Islam came to Lagos at about the same time like other Yoruba towns. However, it received royal support from Oba Kasoko after he came to, of course, after he came back from exile in Epe. Now, according to Gubadomos, Islam soon spread to other Yoruba towns, especially during the intra-tribal wars when there when there was a high demand for Islamic teachers who doubled as both Quran teachers and amulet makers for the Yoruba soldiers during the intra-tribal wars in Yoruba land. Islam, like Christianity, also found a common ground with the natives that believed in supreme being. While there were some areas of disagreement, Islamic teachers impressed upon their audience the need to change from worshipping idols and embrace Allah. Without delay, Islamic scholars All right. Without delay, Islamic scholars and local imams started establishing Quranic centers to teach Arabic and Islamic, replaced the central mosques in major places, of course, after they were told the Islamic religion. Much later, conventional schools were established to educate new converts and to propagate Islam. Traditional shrines and ritual sites were, of course, replaced with the central mosques in major Yoruba town and cities. The spread of Islamic in Nigeria or in the western part of Africa doesn't seem to have been so hostile like the one that took place in the western part, sorry, in the eastern part, where we had slave trade, which was, of course, brought by the Muslims at that time, where we had African men at the coast being castrated, where we had their manhood being cut off and a lot. Um, most at that time we had the spread of Islamic in East Africa was, of course, directly spread from those who were coming from the Middle East to, of course, the ones who were at the coast at that time. And I guess, but the spread of Islamic in the western part of Africa was more of Africans are trying to work together and spreading something they had, of course, learned from somewhere else. And throughout history, we've come to realize that, by the way, a lot of Muslims are business oriented. I see throughout history, like most of them are people who like focus a lot on making money than other things, because it is very important for you to be rich as a Muslim by the yeah. But with that, I will still let Settle say something to you guys.
So, Islam in Nigeria, by the way, we shouldn't we shouldn't be surprised of the Muslim police arresting people in Nigeria over rejecting or actually not minding about the Ramadan period because this happened in northern part of Nigeria, and that is the Kano area in the Hosaland. So there are two there are two popular uh, groups, famous groups, Islamic groups in Nigeria, and one of them is the Maitasin. This is a fringe of political group led by the Kwilik Muhammad Marwa Maise, which started in Kano, the same area where people were arrested. 11 people were arrested yesterday. So it started in this area in the late 1970s and operated throughout the 1980s. The Mycene was from, of course, Cameroon, and claimed to have been a divine a revelation, surprising, super seeding those in Islamic Prophet Muhammad. That's why they respect this group with their own mosques and doctrine of antagonistic to established Islamic and societal leadership. Its main appeal was the marginal and the poverty-stricken urban immigrants whose rejection by the more established urban groups fostered its religious oppositions. Disaffected adherents ultimately rushed out at the more traditional mosques and congregations, resulting in violent outbreaks in several cities of the north. So this is one of the groups. Those groups, like I said, there are two groups, two famous groups in Nigeria that are holding Islamic religion, and one of them is, of course, the Maistasian, which I talked about, that is having almost part of the Muslims in northern in northern Nigeria, in Hosaland, in Jeno. This kind of area where people are arrested is one of the most respected areas for Muslims in Nigeria, because it has a lot of history. It has a long history of Islamic religion in Nigeria. Like I said at first, it is believed also actually in Nigerian history that, of course, Islamic religion to spread to other parts of Nigeria. It first started from the Hosaland in the northern Nigeria, in this same area where people are arrested in the Kano area. So the other group, another popular group in Nigeria that Islamic people give respect, all the two conflicting groups, famous groups in Nigeria, is we have people or a society in Nigeria that these people call themselves, they name themselves to be the Quranists. They call themselves the Quranists. So non-sectarian Muslims who rejected the authority of Hadith, known as the Quranists, uh, are also present in Nigeria. Yan Kala Kato is often mistaken to be the militant group called the Yan Tassien, also known as the Maitassien, and unrelated group founded by Muhammad Marra. Marra was killed in 1980. Marra was the successor of course, Musa Mechanic, who was arrested in 2004 and sentenced to death in 2006. But later, of course, another leader of the Yan Taksin, Malam Badamis, was killed in 2009. So these Quranists in Nigeria, like these are like the implementers of Islamic religion. If at all there is someone who defaults, someone who defies, someone who tries to reject, someone who tries to despise Islamic religion in Nigeria, the Quranist society, they come for you wherever you are. That's why Nigeria is one of the is one of the African countries that give respect to what is called Islamic religion, because the biggest population, like we said at first, it is covered by Muslims. Um, we know that Islam in Nigerian society plays uh, like it plays a lot of roles in Nigerian society, of which most of them they are bad, they're not good, because there is no religion. There is no religion. There is no religion. There is no foreign religion in Africa that has brought more good in Africa than harm. So, when we go into the political situation or the political structure or the political history of Nigeria, we see almost very many presidents of Nigeria who have been in power. Even the current president of Nigeria is a Muslim. So it is not a surprise that we see people arrested today by police, a government organization. And of course, no one is going to care about this because it is a government organization. Is it even in the constitution? I don't think so. I don't think it is in the constitution. But just like I said, like this area where this particular area where these people are arrested, those are one of the places in Nigeria that are taken to be more respected when it comes to religion, Islamic religion, because it has a long history. It has a long history of course, Islam. Kano. It's where the other guy that was telling me was killed. And even the government was quiet, told him no one even was arrested about that. A lot of things, those are the very people who are killing other Nigerians. No one stops them. Not because of that superiority they have towards the religion. So, is it that that is how we are going to embrace, of course, Bazoon cultures in Africa concerning religion? We see that the police arrested those people, and they made them to say oath. They made them to take an oath that they are going that they are going to fast. They made them swear that yeah, they made them swear that they are going to fast. That they are going to fast, whether they like it or not. Whether they like it or not, because within the area, the Sharia law is at work. Yeah, they're at work. Besides the other laws that are working in the country. So so like like I said, Nigeria uh, is a big country. If we start talking about Nigeria today, we can't end it now because Nigeria is a big country, and you know, such things for me, I don't take things for granted in Africa. There is a time when we used to see a wave of coups in Africa. So if at all we can see such acts happening in Nigeria, one of the biggest countries in Africa, happening now, it is not a surprise that we can see the same thing happening in Uganda today or tomorrow, because African thing, like African continent, things happen in a wave form. when something happens in when something happens in one country, we expect the same thing to go to other countries.
Apparently, people adapt, keep on adapting.
Mm. There is a way people give such excuses, but Nigeria, like I said, Nigeria is a big country, and Nigeria was is one of the countries uh, that were formerly traditional countries in Africa.
Mm.
So, and by the way, Nigerians they are still traditional. That's why they call some of them Babas, because everyone in Nigeria is a Baba. Even if everyone in Nigeria is a spiritual healer. Besides these religions, but they know what is behind them. Nigeria is one of the African countries that of course that have tried to bring what is called African culture at the top. Nigerians. Besides the religions we are talking about, Nigerians practice culture in broad daylight. In broad daylight.
Behind every family's house, there is a shrine.
Mm.
Um, in the village. But this is not only about Nigeria. I think Africans don't have any except that I can say something into Nigerians are very exposed to that.
For me, it is recent that we've started having movies in Uganda which show traditional values, which show traditional issues in Uganda. But before we were watching Nigerian movies,
But when we were growing
yeah, we had our
at
own
the
culture. We
end,
used to practice culture, but we used not to sell our culture.
no, at the end of the Nigerian movies we used to watch growing up, at the end you will see what's happening there. Is that how it works?
Mm.
I think speaking of these the movies, the Nigerian movies, they spread more of at that time they were spreading more of Christianity, Catholicism than any other. Because you would start with this traditional religion stuff, and at the end they show you that religion is winning. Though that a lot of people still have that myth, Nigerians are not sleeping. This is one thing I know. We have got a lot of fake pastors, fake priests. Have you ever seen a fake priest? Starting on Nigeria, Jerry. Now, behind this yes, behind, like you said, which I agree with you at some point, that behind when they remove this mask, because of course they are the religious because they know that society is so demanding, the society is so judgmental. Once again, and this is what the world wants now. Behind that mask, there are people who know. That's why they still follow those cultures, eat kola nut. That is not written anywhere in the Bible. It's not written anywhere in the Quran. You eat the kola nut, which is a traditional thing. When men are starting to, of course, talk about stuffs, you eat the bitter berries and tula, which is the traditional thing. And this also, I will still say, despite the religion and the religion and religious spiritualism that apparently some Africans adopted in behind, they still embrace their culture because our culture is different from the culture of religion. Though when you look at the design, I will uh, I will talk about the Christianity, more especially the Catholicism, because at least I know that better. There is I may not know about the spiritual way. Yeah? Hmm? May there is I'm going to speak a little bit in our language. Probably Innocent is going to understand and explain. Ono omusajja ono gwe bayitani nti gwalina oluyimba lwe yayimba nti ebyo ebintu ba father bye bambala oba biki biki that they used to wear those things. The spiritualists, oba bichimba oba kikola ki omusipi oba kukola ki. He was explaining the things, and he was saying before a priest moves out of tabernacle, moves out of the tabernacle to here, abeera ayambadde ebintu ebyo. There are seven in those. Yagamba seven, but there is a way he explained those things. There is a way he explained those things, which were coordinating with the African traditional ways. So which still brings us to a conclusion that this religion was drafted, adapted from the African ways or some other cultural ways. And for me, I believe like religion is like a cult. Just like people wake up and design something, and apparently you start believing in that cult, and it's an organization, probably, oh my God, an, orga- an organization supporting, where people are supporting each other for different reasons and different ways and stuff like that. So, behind everyone who goes to church or to mosque, more especially in Africa, there is still that Africanism in those very people. Religion has brought a lot of separatism, and that inferiority feel that apparently everyone feels that I'm superior. It is me who is going to heaven. It is me who is holy. What I do is the only thing that is allowed, and it has turned people to be so judgmental. And at times, the very people who tend to judge others are the ones who are even at fault all the time. So for me, apart from our African spirituality, which was uniting Africa because it was very important for the family unity and so on and so forth. I believe that people are so bind to follow the command of other people because religion is like a prison. Now look at these guys who have been arrested. Now what if you don't want to fast? Is it by force? Should you just do? I thought because even now with the African tradition, there is where even fast is needed. Hmm? They will tell you don't eat a certain kind of thing, don't do this, don't do that. You have to avoid those particular things, probably if you are carrying out a particular ritual. Now, if at all your spirit is not at will, if at all you don't want to do whatever it is you're being forced to do, what is the essence of you fasting? You fast because somebody else has told you to. So at times I feel like religion is like another prison that closes you in things that you are not even things that you're not even happy about.
So, like I say, Nigeria is, yeah, I know, but Nigeria is one of the countries that have that long-standing history of culturalism, of traditionalism. I don't know why such things are eating up Nigeria. I don't know whether it is because of the presidents, the recurring presidents that have been Muslims. I don't know why such things are still happening in Nigeria. You talked about the incident of a girl who was killed in a reckless way by colleagues who are, of course, who are Muslims because of just a WhatsApp statement. So, should we think that there are parts in Africa where we have been conquered to that extent, where like people have that strong belief that is beyond African way of doing things?
Mm.
when we look at Nigeria's history, uh, there is no way in Nigerian history I see like things of Islam, things of separation. There is a way African history designed itself. When you go through African history, this is the history that is hereditary history.
The traditional one.
Yeah, the traditional one. When Innocent was born, when my granny born my father had to give birth to me. I also
Mm,
gave birth to kids. So there is a way our African history is so much into hereditary things, and these hereditary things have kept Africa as one.
mm,
So these people are bringing in new things in Africa, like religion, to break
mm,
that hereditary thing in African society, in African history, to break African history to zero, because there is no way we are going. Because of course, when you look at religious leaders, these are people from different areas, family backgrounds. Uh, Actually, a Muzungu or an Arab can come from an Arab country and becomes an imam of a certain mosque somewhere. So it's not all about that lineage
mm,
of people that have been of course in the system of African being.
mm.
What's going, guys? Then
Going with them. Yeah. Okay, thank you for joining our live. We are talking about the Muslims who were arrested in Nigeria because they refused to fast during the holy month of Ramadan, and we are seeing how barbaric religion is. Um, because how can that? I don't think if it's even in the constitution, unless it is in the constitution of Nigeria, since the entire structure was designed by the Muslims. Um, we also looked at how barbaric these so-called Muslims have been in Nigeria. Different stories of them killing and murdering people who refuse to take jihad. Jihad, of course, is like an oath you take to convert into Islam. How there have been, of course, kidnapping young girls. And usually these acts have been carried in Nigeria, but the government doesn't say a thing because most of the people who are doing this are actually Muslims. So, which makes me think that rather there is much there is a bigger group of people society that is running Nigeria than the very presidents that we see. The presidents must be having a strong you know group of people behind their control or their leaders, because um, it is just not right, or it is just so abnormal for such kind of crimes to be carried out, and the government is quiet unless the government is well aware of such kind of you know scenarios. Otherwise, keep you're welcome to our life.
so uh, there are a lot of for me like I don't take things for granted. Sorry. um Being a Muslims having the biggest population in Nigeria, it is not a surprise that we have had a number of Muslims in Muslim presidents in Nigeria.
Mm,
What does that mean? Most Islamic religion
mm,
has a biggest percentage in decisions that are made by the government of Nigeria. When we
Mm.
look at statesmen or presidents that have been, of course, who are Muslims, starting from, of course, Buhari was a Muslim leader who was, of course, repressed by Tinubu. So it is not a surprise that even when Tinubu leaves Nigeria today, we are going to see a Muslim what? A Muslim
Mm.
president, because the Muslims have that decision. They have so much influence in Nigeria's politics
Mm.
than we may see how things move now.
Mm.
Yeah. If you look at Buhari was, of course, a Muslim. When you see Tinubu, what do you expect? What do you expect within that?
Mm.
What do you expect? Decisions being made by, of course, Muslims, right?
Sure.
Decisions being made by Muslims. No, it is the same case. It is the same reason. It is on the same reason why, even when there are a lot of uncoming acts being done to people of Nigeria, let them be Muslims, because even these Muslims have their own divisions. They have their own classes. They have
Mm.
Muslims have classes. We have of what, I don't know how they are called in English, but they have different classes. It is not like they are fine Muslims. These are Muslims.
Mm.
You may find that there is a way they divide themselves by mosques. For us, we
Mm.
come from this mosque. They go that side.
Even
For
here.
yeah, for these ones, they come from these mosques. Like the two groups I talked about in Nigeria. There are some two leading groups
Mm.
that are leading Nigerian Muslims. People are divided between those two groups in Nigeria. So
Mm.
it is on the same point why we see now government. I will not even say Muslim police. I mean officers that arrested Muslim non-fasting people. For me, I look at police as a government. If at all the government can refuse, if at all the government is taking the right of the people to do what they do in their own country, that is terrible.
Mm.
It is terrible. If people in Nigeria, it means if you're Muslim, you're not even allowed to convert to any other religion.
Yeah, you get killed.
So if at all people's rights can be, of course, can be taken for granted like that, you arrest someone, and if it was in Uganda, they would even ask for money. For you, you're not fasting, they ask for money. They arrest you and you pay.
Mm.
You pay. So it's something which is funny, but it's not funny because there is no way you can find me doing work. When we look at, according to the news, there are 10 men and one woman which was arrested. The woman was found working.
Mm.
It means people don't have peace. The country doesn't have stability if the police just arrests anyone just because. I don't know how these people like spot out people that are not fasting. I don't know how they spot out Muslims and non-Muslims. However, they said they will not arrest non-Muslims.
Mm.
So, is it that there is that book where Muslims are written in Nigeria? This takes me back to, of course, apartheid in South Africa,
Mm.
where people like you are given permits
Mm.
before traveling to a certain bus or using a certain road, public road. You have to show in your permits. So should we think that it's the same thing that is going to happen in Nigeria?
Mm.
Due to the cause of the Muslim and non-Muslims. Because if at all someone can arrest their fellow Muslims, how about you? These are the leading people in Nigeria. This is the biggest percentage in Nigeria of about 53.5% of Muslims, Islams in Nigeria. So if at all they can arrest Muslim, their fellow Muslims. How about you, who is not a Muslim?
The religious disputes in Nigeria of course go back in the days, and of course, like you said, there is apparently it's like even the constitution of Nigeria was designed by these very people. There is a lot of um, wrangles that we hardly talk about the civil wars, civil conflicts. Let me call them religious conflicts that are, of course, happening in Nigeria, but there are still a lot of killings that are going on. It is so very unfair to live in a society where a certain particular group of people is unruly, and where it seems to even be above the law. Um, whenever it's like a family, whenever a parent like is usually trying to show that this is the child I love so much. This is so the rest of you are doing nothing and stuff. Of course, it's like you are bringing up wrangles. You are stirring up and ending, disputes between the children. This is the situation in Nigeria where the government itself decides that if the Muslims don't talk, the government is not going to listen. If they kill these other so-called religious people, they can kill them. Who cares? And a lot. We know that the Fulani people are hard men. They are so much into rearing cattle. And okay, though some of them claim that the Igbo people are robbers who come with guns to steal their cattle, and that's why they go and raid their villages and burn every family, young and old, down. So, which seems to be justifiable because there is a certain time where a lot of Igbo people actually were killed by Fulanis, and their houses were burned, kids died in the houses, mothers, and a lot, the entire family was burnt to death. Not only one family, it was like the entire village, apparently. And when they had that excuse, our cattle was taken by the Igbo people, they are robbers with guns and stuff. The government had to keep quiet about this. But even the Fulani people didn't kill the real people who took their cattle. They decided to kill these very people because they knew they were Igbo, and they suspected it was the Igbo people who stole the cattle. So they had to kill these other Igbo speaking people so that they can probably retaliate on what happened with them. And the government sat idly and quiet about, of course, that. Mm. Now, religious violence in Nigeria, of course, refers to Christian Muslim strife in the modern Nigeria, which can be traced back to 1953. Now, today, religious violence in Nigeria is dominated by the Boko Haram insurgency, which aims to establish an Islamic state in Nigeria. Since the turn of the 21st century, 62,000 Nigerian Christians have been killed by the terrorist group Boko Haram, Fulani herdsmen, and other groups. Now, the killings have been referred to as a silent genocide. Nigeria was amalgamated in 1914, only about a decade after the defeat of the Sokoto Caliphate and other Islamic states by the British, which were to, of course, constitute much of northern Nigeria. We can see Keith is in that building.
Good
And
afternoon, people.
And
good
thank you.
evening.
States. Good evening.
Don't ever question Jesus, nigga.
What? What, nigga?
Don't ever question Jesus, nigga. If I say it's afternoon, it's afternoon.
It is
I
evening here.
I just told you don't question Jesus, Maria. What's wrong with you? Anyway, I heard you guys talk about heard you guys talk about Nigeria, understanding that Nigeria was set up that way by the British. The Christian British put the Fulani House of Muslims in charge of the country because they were better bootlicks. They were better bootlicks than the Christian Africans that they created from the Igbo and the Yoruba. The Muslims were better bootlicks, so they put them in charge of Nigeria. That's what the British did, you know. And they put people together that did not like each other. They were warring they were warring kingdoms. So Nigeria is not even a real country. It's some bullshit the British threw together. So that's why you talk about Igbos in the houses of Igbos and Fulanis fighting, because they've never been any kind of like homogenized people.
Mm.
The British set up Nigeria. They didn't care about and they set up like that because it's easier to control when you got warring factions, warring tribes, called divide and conquer. That's why the beginning of Nigeria, they had what, a civil war. It's called Biafra, where the Igbos wanted to leave. We don't want to do with the goddamn Hausa, the Fulani, or the fucking Yoruba. The Igbos said, we had nothing to do with none of these niggas. But Britain and France sold arms to the Fulani and the Yoruba and subdued the Igbo and forced them back into Nigeria. That's why you see right now today the Igbos are still trying to get out of Nigeria. Today we want out of this shit. You UK, you keep your Nigeria. We don't want nothing to do with it.
Mhm.
As you guys see, the Yoruba have been tearing down the Igbo's houses over there, what they call Lagos and Yoruba land. They've been stealing these Igbo people's houses or tearing them down. Tribalism is so crazy in Africa. They've been going into Lagos and tearing these people's houses down or just taking them. And that's recent. You can look that up on YouTube. You ain't getting no strike for that. Actually, you can look up. Say, the Yoruba take Igbo's houses in Lagos. And I'm sure it'll pop up.
Oh,
The Yoruba.
Yoruba take Igbo's houses in Lagos.
People's houses.
Yoruba takes Igbo's houses in Lagos. In Lagos, Nigeria. They've been stealing these people's homes. Even though the white man gave them both the fake Christianity, Igbos and the Yoruba never got along either. Anything pop up? What you eat, Maria? Sunflower seeds?
It's blind.
And I be, are you eating them goddamn crickets again?
No, I'm eating nuts.
Right.
In Lagos.
Yeah, you laughing, Scrappy. They eat crickets. They eat that shit. You think I'm joking? Yeah, they eat crickets. Yeah, see, you thought I was joking. No, they eat that shit. Obviously, eating goddamn bugs like God, frying that shit, eating fucking crickets. God damn. I mean, set those popcorn right now though. I mean the popcorn.
Mm.
How much what? How much the crickets cost you said? Somebody,
You have
somebody
you
asked
have
me.
to eat.
Somebody asked me how do you guys buy them? You guys buy them by the pound? How much is a pound of crickets?
No, because what is
Don't-
jelly?
It's gonna be Ugandan shillings. I had to translate it for you, scrap out. It's gonna be Ugandan shillings. I don't know. They sell that shit by the pound. I don't know. Somebody try to sell me that shit, I'll smack him in the mouth. Get out of that bullshit. We know goddamn bugs. Right?
You have too
That's
much.
all.
That
That's all.
is just sense.
That's all we fall. That's how far we fall as ancient Africans. Bugs are dangerous. They carry cactus. It's dangerous as hell to eat bugs because bugs have parasites.
Mm.
If I told Seto and Maria to look at what parasites are in crickets, they'll be fucked up in their head because the parasites in the cricket go straight to their brain and start eating out their damn brain. They can look it up. Look it up. Think I'm lying? Prove I'm alive. Say
Mm.
what parasites are in crickets?
Parasite is eating cricket. What parasite?
Type in what parasites are in crickets.
Are in cricket.
We're not supposed to eat no insects at all. Let's see what parasites in this set. They'll read it to me. I know they got parasites, and you've been eating it, and you've been eating that shit, nigga. Tell me the parasites. I'm waiting.
We are waiting. Mm-hmm.
You know they got parasites. We're not supposed to be eating bugs. They have parasites. You guys internet that slow? What it say?
We are trying to read.
Okay.
Uh,
You gonna, yeah, I know you read Marie does all kind of fucked up shit. That's all. I know you read it because you Africans have fallen so far. Then no ancient Africans eat no fucking bugs. We don't eat no damn crickets and shit. That's how ignorant we
one
fall. It's got
here.
has parasites in it.
My chair. Wow.
Yeah, parasites hollow out your brain. When you eat that shit, sometimes they break the blood-brain barrier. That's why you run around fucking retarded and don't know shit. You got parasites in the brain. Yeah. It's too small for me to read. You guys gotta read it. That's on my phone.
Maybe another type of cricket. African cricket is very soy. So yes, hey, African cricket is very that flies this and before it gets into a cricket to this parasite starts out as an egg that hatches into a free swimming larva, which then needs to infect an aquatic invertebrate such as snail or whatever. What? Ah, they can cause variety of diseases. You guys are.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I tried to tell you we're not supposed to be eating that shit. But
Roundworms, protozonia. Hmm. Okay. Well, I don't eat cricket, so
I'm looking at Central Maria one day. They, they were sitting there eating a whole bag of crickets and shit. God damn.
yeah.
God damn.
Ha!
I'm
Plus,
like,
we only
I'm
ate
like these niggas,
grasshopper.
these, God damn.
We only ate grasshoppers. We
That's
don't
what a
eat
cricket is.
cricket.
A cricket is a grasshopper. That's the same thing. But see, look, you know what she said? She said they don't eat cricket scrap, they eat grasshoppers. What's the difference? Exactly what's the grasshopper? Same shit. That's what a cricket shit. Hmm.
Crickets here are different.
Well, whatever. But they all got parasites, whether they're different or not. Whatever. You mean, I don't know that. I don't know if they put salt and pepper on that shit or what. Ah, god damn.
There's a video. There's a video I'll share with you where there's this
Yeah,
human
it,
being.
it was eating a burger. You saw, he's making a cricket burger. I remember you showing me that nasty shit. Yeah, eating a whole mouthful of parasite. That's how far. That's how ignorant we become as African people. We don't know not to eat no fucking bugs. We don't know. We don't say, hey, this bug. This may not be right to eat this shit. My granddaddy ate it. Well, your granddaddy was a moron. Okay? Because your granddaddy was a moron, don't mean you gotta be one. Investigate. Africa knew you couldn't eat bugs. That's goddamn parasites in that shit. God damn, you making yourself sick. You frying up parasites and eating parasites. God damn. Ugh. Keith, would you like some grasshoppers? Hey, listen here, nigga. You don't get out of my face with this whole ass shit talking about grasshoppers. It might be me and you. in there, in the grasshoppers. You crazy? I mean the whole. I'm sitting there like it's normal. I'm sitting there eating a whole bug. I'm eating a bug and don't know what's wrong. What? Nah, I'm not eating no damn bug.
Mhm.
Eating the whole gut. I mean the whole bug. Like, look at that shit. Oh my god. You can't look at that and know that don't got parasites. You guys can't look at that shit and know it's got parasites all in that damn thing. God damn. Maria just sold that shit. That shit made me cringe like hell. Oh man. You gonna you gonna eat that thing? That's some shit they give you like imagine you like a they got you
Yeah,
spying and you imagine they got you spying and they now say now we're gonna torture you. We're gonna torture you. What you gonna do to me? We're gonna make you eat these grasshoppers, niggas. Oh shit. That's, that's like some torture type shit. Ah man, you might just kill me now. I made no fucking bucket of grasshopper. You might as well go and kill me now. Maria just showed that grasshopper. You mean to tell me, in your right mind, you can't look at that shit and know you're not supposed to eat it? Like what? Man, shit get all kind of shit get all kind of life debilitating parasites on that shit. You got a whole African village eating that shit. I wonder why 10 years later they all retarded. We don't know what's going on. Everybody's brain seems to be bad. Yeah, nigga. Yeah, nigga. Yeah, nigga. You been eating grasshoppers. Yeah.
No,
Everybody,
look at these poppers.
huh?
Those ones.
So I'm waiting. Show me a grasshopper's grass. Show me. Show me. You gonna try to make it look better? A grasshopper's a grasshopper, Maria. Go ahead. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. They know better. Look at she want to show me another grasshopper. Scrappy about. Look at these grasshoppers. I'm waiting. Oh God damn! Ah, shit! Ah, man! Oh, shit! I'd rather take a gun and shoot myself in the head than to eat that shit. Look at all the parasites in that. Oh man, that's a thing full of parasites up in that shit. Uh, I'm good. I'm good. I'd rather starve to death. I'd rather be the starving African. I'm not eating none of that shit. Oh man, hell no.
Nijigaya, younger.
Shit. But 70 didn't say nothing about eating that, but it's about people hungry. God
Last
damn. Oh.
last season, I made a lot of grasshoppers for Innocent.
She said last season she made a lot of that shit, Scrappy. God damn.
And Innocent was enjoying it on live.
Yeah, of course he was enjoying. That's why in 5 years the nigga ain't gonna know his name. What my name? Inseto, it's you. Your name is Inseto. What my name? Inseto, it's you. What my name? Inseto, it's me. What my name? What my name? Inseto, it's me. It's me, Keith, brother. It's me. What my name? What I be? What my name? This nigga got grasshopper brain. Niggas been eating grasshoppers. Got parasites on that shit. That they set to be eating grasshopper like eat tater chips. I'm fine. God. Wonder why you don't know his damn name no more. Oh man. Look at that shit. That's a basket full of parasites. And it became, and look, that's how far the African is falling. He can't look at that shit and know that shit you don't eat. You don't know that. You don't know that shit's full of damn debilitating parasites. Jesus Christ. I look at that shit. No, I'm not supposed to eat that shit. I know I ain't supposed to eat that shit. Like, nah, nigga. I know I ain't supposed to eat no bugs. Nah. I don't care if you put chocolate on them motherfuckers or whatever. That's a bug. A bug is a bug is a bug. Yeah. And we as human beings ain't supposed to be eating that shit at all.
What's the demarcation? What's the China? Yes, it's not fresh. Yes.
Years later, when Settle got grandchildren, Grandpa, why are you so fucked up? Baby, I've been eating them grasshoppers. Why you can't remember my name, Grandpa? Grandpa got a grasshopper brain, baby. He didn't know no better. That granddaddy been eating them grasshoppers. My mind all fucked up.
I have sent you a link on your WhatsApp. I know you enjoy eating burgers and other stuff.
What about what? I'm driving right now. I can look at that. What's it say?
I think maybe all guys are eating poppers and you don't know.
Eating who?
Most of you don't cook your own food at home.
See, look. What they're trying to do now, what white people trying to do now is the shit you guys are doing. They're trying to put bugs, they're trying to make people eat them bugs now by making out of powder and chips. This is real. They try to make people eat the same shit you guys eat because they know it's dangerous. Look this up. Look this up. Say, say, um,
Okay.
look this up. I'm gonna get some water. Hold on.
Okay.
Yeah. I got this popcorn. They probably got some bug. They probably got some bug blowing this shit. I got some bug. They probably made this shit with bug batter. That's the shit they've been trying to do. Okay, look this up. What you guys doing is what the damn people that run the world trying to make everybody do. Eat these bugs. And they've been introducing this shit in Canada and in Australia. They're trying to sneak it to America. So it's called it's either it's either it's either called cricket chips or grasshopper chips. Say grasshopper chips eaten in Canada and Australia. But they've been introducing that shit to the kids because they know it destroys their brain. And they've been trying to push all the food. And in America, you guys better start checking all your damn food, your cooking. They've been putting cricket powder in your food now. All your little snacks, they've been using cricket flour and grasshopper flour. Those things have parasites, family. They know it. So that's to debilitate you mentally. The African don't know why he's running around, why he's so slow. I don't know why the white man keep beating me everything. Because nigga, you eating crickets. You're eating a bag full of crickets. That's why. You're debilitating yourself mentally. Because you're eating crickets and grasshoppers and shit. That's why. You got parasites on you.
Yeah, they're saying it's nutritious. Yeah.
They're not telling you it's nutritious. It's a damn lie. See, they only change it. And Google they tell us nutrition. You out of your mind, Marie. That's a Google lie. See, and they only changed it the last 2 years because they've been pushing people to eat bugs. You know I'm right, Jibba Jabba. They've been pushing people to eat bugs. And that's why she gonna see it in the white. There you go. Some chips. They've been making bug chips because they said his Klaus Schwab said, now you will eat the bugs. We will get rid of all the meat. And you people of the world will now eat bugs. Mm-hmm. You will eat the bugs. See, bug chips. All that shit is bad for your brain. They know what they're doing. That is, it's nutritious. That shit ain't nutritious. That shit has parasites. That shit has parasites on that shit. Your redwood has, and it's told you it had parasites. They didn't take that down quick enough. How's it gonna be nutritious and the shit's got parasites on it? By the time Maria's 60, Grandma, can you come out and play, baby? I can't come out and play with you. Grandma got cricket brain. Grandma got grasshopper brain. I don't even know where the hell I'm at half the time. I've been in these damn grasshoppers with Seto ass. I don't even know where the hell I'm at half the time. Is this still Uganda, baby? Yeah, Grandma. This is Uganda still. Who the hell the president? Bobby Wine, the president. He's been president for 30 years, Grandma. You forgot? Yeah, baby. I've been eating them grasshoppers.
Well, that's
and that's the thing. You guys are probably putting it in a stew. I've seen somebody in Kenya. Yeah, can they make a grasshopper burger? Can you imagine a bunch of grasshoppers in a burger? God damn! Oh man! God damn! Can you imagine that shit? Having like 500 grasshoppers in a bun? Oh man! Absolutely disgusting. Shit. And you can't look at that as an African and know this is some disgusting shit. You mentally can't see this is fucked up. You're that far gone down the rabbit hole, and you can't look at this and say, hey, I'll never eat some shit that look like this. There might be some problem. There might be some problems with this right here. It's like the morons out now. Tanzania will die. I gotta go. I'm saying about it this summer. This Christmas. I'm saying about it to Zanzibar. Now you got Tanzanians, but the Maury told you yesterday. All these dumbass Tanzanians died from eating turtle meat. Turtle meat is dangerous for their ass. They told them. And you got some dumbass Tanzanians say, well, yeah, turtle meat is dangerous, but driving a car is dangerous. You can have an accident. That's an accident, stupid. You eating the turtle meat on purpose. You eat turtle meat on purpose. You're not trying to have an accident. That's what's called an accident. This moron was trying to make the analogy of eating turtle meat, of sea turtle meat, with having a car accident. Say, when you get in the car, you don't mean that. You're not trying to accident, but it happens. I'm like, what? Man, shoot me in the head. What are you trying? Hey, listen, moron. You eat, you eating the sea turtle meat on purpose. It's not an accident. So you making a comparable equivalent is nonsensical. I'm not trying. When I get in the car, I'm not having an accident every time. When it happens, that's called an accident. You eat that turtle shit on purpose, and you know it's fucked up. You know it kills you, and you still do it. So you making the same analogy is dumb as hell. He said, yeah, people die from it. He said, ask his ass, you gonna stop eating it then? No, I'm not gonna stop. I like my sea turtle meat. Nigga, god damn. I said, god damn. Yeah, because they had like a mass breakout in Tanzania, like 70 people got sick and 10 died. I asked one of the guys, hey, you know this sea turtle meat is dangerous, it's killing you. Yeah, but he said, are you gonna stop eating it? No, I'm not gonna stop eating it. Would you stop driving a car? Like, what? What does driving a car got to do with you eating sea turtle meat? Nigga, what are you talking about? Don't you have accidents in cars? That's called an accident. You eating the meat on purpose. You're not accidentally eating the meat. Some Negroes in this eating crickets. Yeah. Well, baby, we got grasshoppers and sea turtle meat. Oh, that sounds delicious. What? Damn. Don't serve me nothing. But I'm in Uganda. And just take me to the KFC, nigga. Take me to Kentucky Fried Chicken. I eat that. I don't want none of your crickets, none of your grasshoppers. I'm good. Take me to KFC, damn it. And I know that's bad food, but at least I know they gonna kill me and shit. They might kill me later. There's people out there, Africans out there eating whole picnics of crickets. You got your crickets, baby? I got my crickets. Crickets. I got my grasshoppers. Hey, Central, you guys eat the head too, right? You guys eat the grasshopper head? You laughing, come down. You guys eat the head too, right?
Yes, we do.
See, he tried to take his time, Scrappy. Like, yeah. You know you eat the head, goddamn it. You eat the whole head. You now, Santa. You eat the damn insect head. You didn't think it'd be nothing wrong with that. God damn, god damn. What do you, god damn. He put the thing, look at the damn insect with the eyes and just bites his head off and eat it. God damn. God damn. God damn. This motherfucker, this goddamn Santa sitting there chewing on a whole head of an insect. God damn, that's good. God damn.
And in some communities, they take raw grasshoppers uncooked. They take them uncooked.
They eat them uncooked too?
Yeah, they just put salt and eat, and it's done.
Yeah, shit. He's about some morons don't even cook the shit, Scrabble. He's about they just put salt on and eat the shit raw. God damn, you talking about these motherfuckers full of parasites, and you wonder why. See, I didn't know about that. These Africans are full of parasites. That's why a lot of them are so slow, they don't even know this. They're full of parasites. God damn. I didn't realize they go there and said, damn, I remember about said to them a couple of weeks ago, so they be eating them these insects. Exactly right, Jibba Jabba, Lord Jesus, exactly right. God damn. That's how far the ignorance is falling in Africa, boy. Shit. Africa didn't have to eat no damn insects 300 years ago. What? That's full of parasites. God damn. That's why you don't keep a bunch of cats in your house. Some of them cats got them. I want to keep them cats in your house because that's why you see white people be kissing cats in the mouth. You don't do shit like that. Cats got worms. You know, most of those animals got them worms in them. And white people be getting them worms in them when they had them pets. They had them cats and all that kind of shit. That's why it's called the crazy cat. I see an older lady with a bunch of cats. It's called the crazy cat lady. And she got them parasites in her brain now, making her crazy. Motherfucker got parasites on her brain, Seto. What you saying, nigga? What? You need water? You wanna go to the bank? What do you need, nigga? What's wrong? What you hungry? You gotta take a shower? Need a bath? God damn, man, what you saying, man? Oh, you want some more crickets? Oh, you want some grasshoppers? But just spit it out, nigga. I'm trying to say it. This nigga got grasshopper on the brain. Damn. That motherfucker done ate a lot of grasshopper shit. God damn. Shit. Motherfucker got a body full of parasites. Don't know what the hell is going on. That's a lot of the problem. I bet they eating all that straight. They worse than Chinese motherfuckers. Imagine. Yeah, that's some Chinese shit. That's right. He ain't any crazy ass thing. Don't know certain things. The creative universe you're not supposed to eat as a human being. That's how far we fall as African ignorance. Imagine what the fuck they eating in the Congo. They eating all kind of crickets and all kind of bugs and shit. God damn. That's why you're stupid. You got parasites on you. They take a. That's why you're a moron. You got parasites. You full of. You full of parasites. Then you got Google telling us it's nutritious. Motherfucker ain't never been nutritious. Eat no bugs. It's full of parasites. Shit. Parasitical. You crazy? And as black people, the African, we're not supposed to have parasites. White people can have parasites. That's natural because animals have parasites. African people, we're not supposed to have parasites in our stomachs and all that shit. You know what? I'm at you guys go to the store. I want you guys to go look. I want you guys to go look and see if they got this in Uganda. I want you guys to go to the drugstore and see if they got something called a gut cleanse. You and Maria, I want you guys to go look and see if they got a gut cleanse. I'm gonna buy some gut cleanse. You guys clean your goddamn body out. Parasites. It's called gut cleanse. Okay? I'm gonna y'all go to the store. I'm gonna buy y'all some gut cleanse and watch what come out your body. Watch all the worms and the parasites come out your body. This is real. I'm being funny. This is real. I'm gonna see if they got some gut cleanse. Can we get it shipped in? And they don't got it in Uganda, we're gonna ship that shit in. And I want you guys to do a gut cleanse.
And then add the pork. It's a rum.
Good. It's gonna be a 2-week gut cleanse. A 15-day gut cleanse. And watch all these parasites come out your booty hole. Like, oh, what's that? Those are parasites that came from your crickets, nigga, and your damn grasshoppers. coming right out your bum hole. All kind of parasites. That's right. You'll be healthy. Be cleansed. Maria, what's this in the toilet, baby? There's all kind of bugs in here. Mama, those just the parasites from me eating those crickets and grasshoppers. What? If you don't get in and flush this shit down the toilet, girl. I told you not to be eating that shit anyway. You want to listen to mama. Crickets, all this shit coming out your bum hole. It's right. All kind of parasites, all that shit. I'm going to do one this weekend. I bought one. Just for the, I only know cricket, but I know, all the bad meat and this fucked up popcorn. I'm full of parasites. I'm clean. I'm going to do one this weekend. Hopefully I got Saturday and Sunday. I know I'm going to be on the toilet. I'm gonna do a 15-day gut cleanse. Clean out my colon. Don't get that colon cancer either. I'm gonna clean out my whole colon. Because we're supposed to clean our guts out twice a year. Remember, I do castor oil and what is shit called castor oil and turpentine. Africa and look, and the funny part about we bought all that shit from Africa. The white man used to know how you guys know. Remember, we bought all these remedies from Africa. So we know they're African. The African knew he had to cleanse his body out. This stuff is African because the slave, we knew this shit. I used to wonder why my grandma's give us that nasty ass castor oil and all that shit. Hey, but this cleans the stuff out your stomach, out your system. This shit nasty, grandma. God damn it. But that shit cleans out parasites. I didn't know that as a child, Maria, shit. I knew the shit was nasty. But you remember that jibber jabber? Tell me, because you guys, I think you said your grandparents raised you that jibber. I know your parents made you take castor oil at least twice a year, and we didn't understand why it was to clean out the parasites, and that came from slavery, what they knew back in Africa. That's a fact. They knew that back in Africa, to cleanse that you had to be cleansed. We know that we got that from the slave. Of the slave plantations of the African woman, then we had to clean our system out from parasites. That was African. I didn't know what it meant when I was a kid. I thought shit was that. Yep, but I don't know why. Yeah, I didn't know why either. It was to clean the parasites out of us Remember they were making us do it, and it was nasty, but we didn't know why. I found that years later that was cleaning the parasites out of us. And they got that from Africa. They brought that over from Africa. I didn't know nothing about that shit. All those traditions we still kept in slavery, and we helped white people understand they had the parasites clean themselves out. I never knew. I knew the shit was nasty. Like, ah, man, why we gotta keep taking this shit, Grandma? This shit nasty. You shut up, baby. Just shut your damn mouth and open your mouth. Let me take it. So now you got Santa Maria eating all kind of bugs with heads on it, eating the, oh man. You know, God damn. You don't know that's wrong? You don't think that's wrong? Eating a bug and eating the head of a bug? Man, I might not know it's fucked up, but I would know it's wrong. I might not know, hey man, this could be bad. I'm like, look at this. I mean the whole bug's head. I mean the head, nigga. Nah, nah. Damn. Yeah, I'm gonna get them a gut cleanse, jibber jabber. They full of parasites. And watch see what comes out. I'll be like, oh my god, yeah, that's right. He's full of parasites. Do this for me. Look it up. Say what does a gut cleanse do? Gut, G-U-T, cleanse. Say, what does a gut cleanse do? Your gut, cleanse. Or gut cleaning. Cleanse. Cleanse like C-L-E-N-S-E. Cleanse. Like cleaning something. A gut cleanse.
Okay, that's cleanse.
Yeah, what does a gut cleanse do? See, that's how colonialism has destroyed Africa. The African knew they were supposed to clean out the system at least twice a year.
It's a process that helps
right?
by flushing out that bacteria that have accumulated in the digestive tract.
That's right. All from all them goddamn grasshoppers you eat. You gotta clean that shit out. as Africans, you used to know that, Maria. You used to know that as African. I think you probably lost that through colonialization. As Africans, you knew that. Africans knew they used to clean their system out at least twice a year. But they would use some kind of herbs. I don't know what kind of herbs they use in Africa. I don't know, but they use some kind of herb to clean out your system. But you eat bugs. Let's say you want to eat them, cool. You can eat them, but if you're going to eat them, Seto, you got to clean out your system. You're full of parasites. You can eat them, eat that shit. I'm not stopping you eat it, but you got to take a cleanse.
My girl did 1 year ago. It was all black in the toilet.
Yeah, exactly. Your dad did one. Yeah, see, knew exactly. So your father still knew the old ways. That's right. He was cleansing all the damn bacteria out of them, Maria. The African, that's African. That's African. Over the whole continent. You at least have to clean out your system at least twice a year. Okay. I'm not trying to stop your bug eating shit you like to eat it. Eat it, okay. I'm not gonna eat the shit, but you gonna eat that shit. If you're gonna eat it, please, sweet white baby Jesus, do a cleanse at least twice a year so you clean out the bacteria from a dead. You got bugs, guys, that's in nature walking in dirt and getting parasites on trees and shit. And you think you'll just fry it up and eat that shit? No. Please. Do a gut cleanse. And since you guys have been probably eating way more than Maria Mama, I mean, Maria Father did back in the day. You guys gonna have more than just black. It's gonna be bugs coming out of you guys. That's a fact. He goes say, yeah, this guy gonna scare you. It's gonna be bugs coming out of you. That's bacteria. That's the bacteria and the parasites. They probably scare you, but yeah, keep eating your bugs, but at least do your pet. I'm gonna get you guys. I'm gonna find out how to get that shit to Uganda. I'm gonna get you guys a stomach cleanse, shit, a gut cleanse.
So that you can flash out the mosquitoes. Sorry, the what? The grasshoppers.
So you don't want to be what? You don't want to be what? See now, yeah, it makes them see now. But the Africans don't know that no more. I just thought that's why a lot of Africans are running around here don't know shit. They're dealing with senility because of the foods they've been eating, and no one's cleansed their body. As I told you, Central's out here 10 years later. I'm like, Seto, what's going on, brother? What's happening, brother? Seto, brother, calm down. I'm trying to understand you. What's happening? You've been eating a lot of grasshoppers, brother. Talk to me. I can't understand. Santo, I can't understand that, brother. What are you trying to say? You want some more grasshoppers, brother? That was it. I'm like, Santo, brother, I don't speak insanity. What are you trying to say? Talk to me, brother. Write it down. Can you write it to me? Can you get a piece of paper and write it down? Oh, 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 oh. Hold on, Santo. Hold on, Santo. I got a piece of paper and a pen right here, brother. Write it down. I can't understand. Write it down right. Here goes some paper and a pen, brother. I agree with Santo. Santo, I agree, brother. I agree, but write it down. Write it down, please. Write it down. Yes, I agree, Santo. Please write it down, brother. Write it down. Fuck it, I don't get it. Fuck it, I walk away. Write it down, god damn it. Oh shit. Oh shit. I'm just messing with you, said. I'm just messing with you, said. I'm just playing. Maria can't stop laughing and shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. I'm just messing with you, Seth. I'm just playing. Oh shit. Seth to go home and see his mama. Baby, you coming to church, Seth, baby? I told you stop eating them damn grasshoppers, baby. Mama. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. You guys got it. I didn't mean to hijack you guys' show. You guys got it. Shit. Let me go. Let me go mess with Demore. He's live now. He's probably doing the news. All right, guys. Let me go mess with Demore ass. He's live doing the news. I think I think Demore is live on the next channel right now. I think he is. And what you get? We gotta laugh sometimes, Maria. That's how life's supposed to be. Supposed to laugh. God damn it. Have fun. It ain't our fault. Central got parasites. Shit. uh, I love you guys. Let me go. Let me go mess with Demore ass. He'll be like, you guys got it. I'm just playing with you, Seto. Oh shit. Let me see if damn Demore live.
Okay. Oh, 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 no. Who's your energy?
It's happening. Yeah,
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Hmm. Oh. Oh. Mhm. Ah, saya sudah besar kesal. That's my mother eat right. I don't think my mom eats that. What's that saying?
crickets. Maybe she eats. Maybe you have never got a chance of seeing your mom eating crickets.
Imagine of crickets because really common in bazikwatsiranga mu ttaala
But in our village, they are common.
ate in the mu musiri.
Yeah. At night,
Yeah.
when you hear them crying, you move with a torch. But by the way, what I liked about crickets is like they have a lot of fat.
Really?
Yeah, they have a lot of fat in their tummies. Yeah, they have a lot of fat when you put it in a saucepan.
Ne mu saucepan. Bakwatanga bingi nnyo.
Hey,
Muvuma ne mu saucepan.
you go when like it is towards 7. Now by this time they have started crying.
Never been
Yeah, they're still there.
tried.
You go for hunting. How is the weather there?
Yeah, the weather. Yeah, it's hot with the lights and the laughter. So, but we're good. You were asking if my mom eats crickets too. No, my mom doesn't. It's crazy, how I be I ate a but I have eaten a cricket before. It's grasshoppers though. It's grasshoppers. There's some of the good. Because gift said there is one
However,
family.
maybe one much.
Mm-hmm.
They have the same taste. However much the crickets are big, they are a bit bigger
Yes,
than the grasshoppers, but they are nice.
when I was down, when I went to the village,
How was it? How was it?
Jukira.
But they are
Nenga
nice.
chezijukira twagenda nezino ettaala zegiraasi. Eh? Musiri n'akabumu. I thought they did it for me. Tuyitugire Maria yaliyeko ekintu kino. Because kati ffe twali twakulira mu town bambi. Agaba ne taata wange bali. Netugenda n'ettaala and we got one. So we got one. See mom knows. We got one and they put it on a stick. Right? They roasted it, I think. I've never seen that, but the way they caught that was so adventurous. Until now, I grew up when it still echoes in my mind, but I've never had that chance to see that happen
In my
again.
village, someone at the age of Kunta,
Mm.
by this time they're preparing sticks.
Having a watch.
Eh?
They are going to roast it.
Whenever they are crying within those small holes, you beat besides the hole.
Mm.
They go without anyone's consent. They just go. Every
With
evening.
no light.
At times they go with torches. They beat. It comes out.
Mm.
We used to get them, but
Where mom is. Right the
their
other side, very far.
taste doesn't differ so much from grasshoppers. Doesn't.
There's
However much this one is bigger and so fatty. It has a lot of fats in the stomach. The tummy. But if you're not used to eating it, you may poke it out. But it's nice. It's nice. It's nice. It's nice. It is nice. It is. But there are a lot of things Africans eat, or different societies eat in Africa.
By the way, now we are looking at this. We are looking at the crickets as something terrible. But how about the West people from the West Africa who eat snails? People eat caterpillars.
Putting snails.
And by the way, yes,
Putting snails.
where it comes from, they even eat
eat
caterpillars.
Not even caterpillars. They eat monkeys and chimpanzees. There are communities that eat bats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Africa.
Yeah. People eat different things.
By
By the way, even here in Uganda, there are some people that eat things that you can't even imagine.
But I've not seen Ugandans eating snails.
But snakes, they do.
Hey, no.
Crocodiles, they do.
Yeah, crocodiles, I think.
Rats, they do.
I don't remind me the story of the rat.
By the way, we had a friend. I had a friend in when I was.
When you were children.
Yeah.
Children do a lot of
We were even at
things.
school.
They watch movies and
even
they
at
put
school,
the
someone
things
roasted
in
a
practice.
rat.
But someone
at
saw
the
Chuck
pit.
Norris eating the rat and they start doing it. African children, the Africans are very fun. Last time the other video about Congo, did you know that the ones that they also knew about Chuck Norris?
The other one who had the Obama t-shirt.
But I think at times abaana balya ebintu ebyo sinti babirya waka. But because they are inspired by some other things. Don't the Chimanya have seen families eating birds?
Birds.
Yeah.
By the way, like I told you about the story of birds, there are those doves, those wild doves.
Yeah.
For me, I was told by an elder, I was told by someone that if you ever eat that bird, you'll never get sick again. You'll never go sick again.
The bird. There's a
Yeah,
certain
no,
bird.
no, not bird.
It's
Birds.
a bird.
Doves. Those wild
Adore.
doves.
The word bunokola
Enjibwa.
kuku.
Enjibwa.
Njibwa ya waka. Guli
Waliwo enjibwa
babiyita
ezibeera mu nsiko.
enzitegedde naye baziyita nji.
Baziyita enjibwa.
Baziyita
Mayuba.
amayiba. Yes.
So someone told me that if you ever eat that bird, you
You can
never
never
go sick
go
again,
sick.
but you will never achieve success like wealth in life. So I grew up knowing, like, by the way, we used to get them, we rear them at home, but it's only the female.
Amayiba ago.
Yeah,
Not
it's
enjibwa.
yeah, enjibwa, not enjibwa. I mean enjibwa.
Si mayiba.
Si mayiba. No, amayiba, don't confuse me.
No, the
Amayiba,
enjibwa is
they are the
not
wild
like
ones.
that.
I mean, these the wild ones.
You used to rear them at home.
Yeah, we used to pick them from
But
bush
they
and
do.
Hmm?
What do we do?
There is that wing that helps them to, where is
To
it, the
fly.
wheel, we used to remove that. So even my brother, actually, the first time I got those birds at home, I first saw my brother getting them from the bush. We went with him. We had our small dog, the other dog I told you about.
Mm.
We got them, brought them home. Then when I was told that it's not good, like most especially, there are even theories which I don't know where they came from.
Never be a belinda.
That if at all you're a male, you're a boy or a man, or you're male, and you ever eat that wild bird I told you about, I don't know the English name of that bird.
Mm.
If you eat it, you can never go sick again, but you can't be wealthy, you can't get rich. That's
Yes.
done. You choose what you can't. That's what I was told about about that bird. So I grew up knowing that I used to get them from bush. I get them, my sisters slaughter them and eat them. What? But
Are they
boys
not
at home,
successful? Okay, they said for the boys.
for the boys. But now the boys, we just used to get them, like bring a lot of them home, even build those small houses for them to sleep. But no eating them. I've never tasted that bird.
Me, I know.
However, I've ever tasted different wild birds, but I've never tasted that specific bird I've told you about. I've never, because of that theory that grew up in my mind. And it is an elder who told me, by the way, he was a grown up man who told me that. So I was like, however much I was young, whenever we could
ate
get,
kimu ku binene
whenever we could
kulimu
get it,
akanyamanyama.
and most of those birds, they move together. If
Mm.
they have the same color, they move together. They move together. So whenever you could get one, automatically we come with two, or four, or six, because they move together.
Mm.
So that's what I grew up knowing. But there are a lot of things that are eaten by people. Besides because for me, I grew up knowing that eating grasshoppers, it is mandatory in my place, because there is that season, that long season for those grasshoppers. Everywhere grasshoppers, you eat them.
Maybe byogerako bifo kubanga bodda if you decide that you are going to check parasites in which ebintu byonna birina parasite. Nothing. Because there's some other things that have to feed, also from others. If someone tells you that story of milk, you rather eat a grasshopper than taking milk. Yet milk is loved by many.
There is something I'm yet to. Kalori bagita batya mu Luzungu. How is that bird called? There is something I want to find out, but they say that thing is dangerous. They say it is having a lot of toxic things
Poison.
inside, a lot of poison within. People eat snakes. People eat snakes.
Those are the ones which are not poison.
Yeah, but if at all those things worried, like people, I don't know, maybe it is in people's minds, like it is having a lot of poison with it, that even if it dies from there, you can never see any fly coming on it. You can't see any house fly around that. But I don't know whether the whole story is all about poison. But people,
Marabusto.
it is called balabusto. But
Marabusto.
but if that thing, they warrant that theory, people could eat that one.
Ringa Sekok.
Yeah, even the size. When you look at the hip, very big. People
Never,
want
they feed people these things. There's a Yamazu years of street. There's actually a lot of one second.
Pulia and Pavan,
I don't
those birds.
I don't see any age.
But there are a lot of actually wild birds I've ate. A lot of them. A lot of them. But that when I was still young, it's not like I was too wild, but we used to have that group that things we like we see. By the way, I grew up seeing hunters.
And I second year.
I grew up seeing, what Minnesota. I grew up seeing hunters within our area. Hunters could come with very many dogs. By the time I was growing up, they come with their bicycles, with those nets for trapping animals. So I also desired to be a hunter. I used to hunt with it. Whenever I say bad, I look for that thing. Until I get it. One day I followed a certain bird. It is having red wings. They are normally with wings with a certain thing behind that stretches. There is a way that feather on the head stretches behind.
Yes, always.
No, but I
Kino
don't know.
kimirira kumutunda kikola kiti.
It is
Ekibiri
not
nekisongola bwe kiti.
why it is. But that one
That's
is
it,
smaller.
Bishop.
But that the other one is smaller than that.
Sounds like a
So what did I do? I followed the bird for like following a bird for 6 kilometers away. Following just following the bird. When it shifted to go, I followed it. So I ended up getting the bird. We ate it. It was nice by the way. It was nice. It was nice. It was nice. So a lot of things are eaten in different communities for us in Uganda. If you're like you go somewhere, if it is a grasshopper season and you're like you go maybe in markets, you ask for grasshoppers, people will just give you grasshoppers, and we go even an extent of cooking grasshoppers with their feathers. We keep them like you can keep them for 3 months. You can keep them for 2 weeks. Those with grasshoppers, they can be preserved more than these ones that don't have. I mean, with feathers. Sorry. So a lot, a lot of things people eat a lot of things in Africa and in Uganda. And by the way, when if at all you have not traveled in very many communities, you can see different things happening. You can see things happening in their own way. You can actually judge those people if at all you have not traveled enough to different areas. However, there are certain things that look to be insane or stupid to eat certain things. There are things that go beyond normal. There are things that you like, there are things that go beyond the normal. Like for me, there is a way I look at people who eat monkeys, people who eat chimpanzees. There are certain things for me. It's like they go beyond. However, people look at Ugandans eating grasshoppers as people who are abnormal. But there are things that go beyond the normal. There are certain things that go beyond normal. If I told you come out and you say like I eat this, people find out it looks terrible. And by the way, besides grasshoppers, there are even some small insects. What we in English, my hands, they look like grasshoppers. We used to hunt those things. We used to hunt those things when we were still young and eat those things seriously. However, there is that theory I don't believe in, that when you eat, by the way, I ate those things for some good time, but still the vice I had it remained. They tell us that if at all you eat those insects, you stop you stop peeing on bed, which is wrong. I ate those things for my entire childhood. And fun enough, I used to eat them in the evening before sleeping. Before sleeping, I used to eat them in the evening before sleeping, so that I don't what? I don't become a culprit of peeing. So I don't. Some of these theories, they are just man-made. What? You're just focused. For me, I was told if at all you don't want to pee on bed, you're like take. What? I was told that those people. So so there are those, maybe they are in maybe those insects, they are also in that category of ospota, of grasshoppers, because they look like grasshoppers. However, these ones are too thin and tall. But I think they are in the same family. And no matter what, however, these ones are few and they don't have season. You find them anywhere. They don't have seasons. However, these other insects I've been talking about that look like grasshoppers we used to eat too, they're a bit smaller and taller. They don't have seasons like they don't have seasons like grasshoppers, because grasshoppers they can be having two seasons in a year. That is actually we are about to go into that season of grasshoppers, as when we go to April, that is the month for grasshoppers in Uganda. And in November to December, they have two seasons. But these other insects, they don't have seasons. You find them anywhere. But however, they are scarce. The insects we used to eat, they tell us if you eat those insects, you're not going to pee again on the bed. Right? For me, I used to eat them every evening before sleeping. I find myself a culprit of pee. They even I don't know, Jib Jabba, you may help me. I don't know whether you guys don't eat ant, like they're called white ants. Whether you don't eat ants. I don't know whether they are not among the insects you eat. The ants. So Jib Jabba, you can help me out in the comment section and tell me whether you guys eat ants, because whenever it is, by the way, whenever it is a rainy season, and you find ant hills flooded with these antis, white ants. So I don't know whether you guys eat antis, because you also eat antis. I don't know whether they are not parasites, like you categorize the crickets and the grasshoppers. Do you guys eat antis? And should we also categorize the antis among the parasites? So you can tell me, Jibijaba, what you think about antis, and do you eat them anyway? Do you eat antis? So there are even some other insects apart from ants. There are a lot of insects that are eaten in Uganda. So uh, so so uh, however much so so in Uganda there are a lot of insects, but allow me, guys, mention to you some of the few insects we eat in Uganda apart from the grasshoppers and the crickets. So we have the palm weevils. I don't know why. I don't know what guys what you call palm weevils in your in of course I don't know how you categorize palm weevils, or you also eat palm weevils, but we also eat palm weevils. in Uganda, they are consumed. These insects are consumed in Uganda, weevils. For those people that however, these days I'm not seeing very many people carrying out palm planting, but the people uh, that are near islands in Uganda, yeah, the people that grow much of the palm oil, they have palm oil trees, but within those forests of palm oil, there are those palm weevils. I don't know whether you have ever heard of palm weevils. They are white. They're very white. They also have fatty. Like most people use them for flying out things. Those palm weevils. They're also nice.
Hmm. I've never heard of them before.
Palm weevils. They are nice.
They
If
should be okay with me.
you find those people around islands like Kalangala. Those people eat palm weevils. They are very nice. However, I've never tasted one.
Those ones.
That's how they do.
What the?
People eat them. They
Wait,
are
what you mean?
nice. These ones. These ones. Very nice. They are nice. They are nice.
I've never eaten that before.
They are nice. These things are nice. They are nice.
Cinnamon.
By the way, we used to, we used to have guys. Whatever, we used to have guys
Yeah, I
from
think they are
Kalangala.
Nigeria, right?
We used to have guys from Kalangala. We used to come out like when I was still schooling in those lower classes. They used to come with those things. But those things are nice.
Yeah, bajye babifumbiye.
Yeah, they are nice. They are nice.
Ibintu byakoze.
Palm weevils. So
Kuko muno wali waliwo palm tree.
those things are nice. They're nice. They're nice. Palm weevils.
Babireka. Babireka basitobagenda. Tubadde kuki? Yali ebisolo. I've never been to the island, the land is surrounded by water body. Sicha?
Island, yeah, it is. Yeah, those areas around the water bodies.
No, zibeerako ebiland
Omuzinga.
ebimakati kibeera mu makati mu mazzi.
It can either be in the middle or besides water. Like Kalangala, like Kasenyi, like
Kati kati oyinza okuba tumanyi nti Kasenyi eri ku mazzi. Okimanyi? Kasenyi erabika eri ku mazzi nga waliyo amazzi agagiri emabega mu mbiriizi zonna. Mbuzi oba naye at times nze ndowooza some other people are exposed to different kind of things. There is that video I had, I shared it with you. The other video actually was showing, well, I don't know, I'm still baffled. Someone made a dish, and in a dish,
Lambu eyingira eno mazzi n'eno mazzi. Lambu is in water. The gates of that highland, they're like that door. They're like a door. The door is there, you enter inside. You enter inside. That is there. Even Kalangala is also within water. Kalangala is within water because you travel through water, you go to the highland.
Ndabako obunyonyi. Ndabako sese, Bugala, Bukasa,
they're all in Kalangala.
Bubembe, Banda, Musamba, Bugaali, Bulikuge, Ngamba, bavuma ddamba ogamba okifuse muganja ogambe makaayi islands in the stream that it will be here. Is a part of land surrounded by kakati. Listen. I know some other people are subjected to some things, and there is things that I've realized is really common. Whatever, like a lot of things that are in common within among the African people. Kati waliwo tribes ezimu eziri eno nga bali ebintu ebitategeerekeka kyekimu n'abalala mu other regions nga they have a lot of similarities. Kati except that one thing I know, a lot of things that people eat, more especially things that have blood in them, are not healthy. Because remember, these are things that feed. And let's assume even the beef itself, the grasshopper and the in a parasite, but the beef itself, from cattle, from sheep, they also have those things. So that as people eat these all these other things, they have to be conscious. I've heard even the milk is not safe, and people do. There are some people who prefer milk. There are some people who have been taking milk since childhood. The moment they leave their mother's breast, they start taking cow's milk. So I was telling you about this story. I shared that the link, I think. So these people were in a food competition. Someone would cook and then ask you after tasting the food that what have you eaten. So I would definitely so the other and you give them three different answers so that they can guess. So apparently, waliwo human fresh, liver, you know why.
How did those people get human fresh?
And this is what I'm coming to the most funniest part. So when people, when the judges finished eating, they started saying it is liver, and so the chef who cooked said it is human flesh. They had already swallowed the food. And on the pack, he showed that there is organic human flesh. Much actually organic. It's something ekiviira ddala ddala. Something that has no chemicals, something that is, so apparently we have human flesh that is organic. Which human flesh is organic and the other isn't?
Which doesn't have chemicals, which doesn't.
So which golooza kati baani abo batalina ebyo? Si baana bataano. Then abaana bato can they get that from their parents? I shared that video and I was still like, how is this even possible? So apparently when they're doing their packaging, there is organic human flesh. I think that's extremely expensive. And the judges had already eaten this. But when everybody wanted, I remember they said, yeah, it's yummy, delicious. I think it's liver, it is soft, bichani. Only okukaba that it is human flesh. So apparently a lot of people are crazy eating a lot of crazy things. Even in these places where people usually buy, a company is making like burgers, thousands of them. You imagine how, where do they get all this meat? Where do they get all the beef? Where Where do they get? I think a lot of people are eating other things unknowingly. So that the issue of food, anyway, like you said that some other people, for them, they are not eating this willingly. They are
Mm.
eating it unknowingly. They are not deliberately choosing to eat that. But the biggest question I also have, with everything that these Chinese have, which China, do they have food? Because they have food, they have stuff. Hmm? But why is it that there is still something that baffles me about this Chinese and eating apparently everything. What about China? But this guy Bako.
Yoke nange muliriza wano kimwe nekola ddaki.
Njagala nali ebisuuta. Newayiza. Remember when I've ever seen Cameroon people when they're eating those rats, ebyadala n'embwa. There's something with Nigerians. Nigerian eat rats by the way. Sorry, the dogs. And there is that dog eating festival that takes place every I don't know when, but I usually see it on Facebook. And also there have been claims of like people eating dog meat and knowing never know dog meat in Rwanda.
Sobola kulya mbwa.
Oyinza okuba wagiryamu.
I've eat a lot of crazy things in my life, but I'll never eat dogs.
Nigerians do. And some Chinese.
However, there are those people that sell meat along the
Other
roads. They do kafanya legit.
Nigeria. The people who sell meat along the road, you find yourself that you are of eating meat and knowing that yet you are eating those meat. I remember there is this man who was arrested some time back who was feeding people on that, dog meat and they didn't know about it. So, kituufu. N'ate abantu baagirya abantu tebaafa. So you can't say. Anyway, it's life much. As far as eating, Kika said he's going to send us money here.
The program guy, I agree. I agree. I agree. You want water? You
Magamele.
want, you want sleep?
But how dare I think you're having that parasite in your brain? You don't go to cockroach. See what cockroach? You really have a cockroach.
And I think the reason why it was so much touched about how people about what we eat and what we digest is like, do you know that most people take these things when they are raw?
Mm.
People eat crickets when they are raw, uncooked.
Never
People,
so
yeah,
good.
people eat grasshoppers. It is the same thing I was asking Jib Jabba if at all he was around. I was asking him, do they eat ants?
I've never seen ants before.
People eat ants when they are raw.
There's nothing to
My
do.
sisters, you just give them salt, they start eating. They don't need anything. But that is wrong.
Like they have
They are not
no
sweet. They are not
obu
sweet. They are not they are not
every
sweet.
Jehovah no be self.
They're not sweet. However, for me, I used to
No,
take
but them are the because they're
what
always
is that
small.
for me, I used to take by the way heads of grasshoppers because I like Nalisagara the other fresh. I used to
Very
get those
soft,
hard
soft.
ones. Yeah, I used to. We used by the way to make those insane. Manzilia came into you find essenene zange like 70% of them nga tezirina mitwe mwanjirya. Eh, one time that man who used to that guy who used to make us swear was like, hey baby boy, whenever you're making grasshoppers, we find like most of your stuff is not having eggs. But I used to eat them. I used to do. I used to do.
Maybe we're lacking a certain nutrient.
And it's not me only, even other people. And other people, by the way, used to take the whole thing. I don't know how the other guys used to,
Natural, not guys.
yeah, the entire thing
No.
swallows the entire thing.
Because of swat.
No, Zarot soul tulia. The grasshopper that is weight, it has that hard head. It can give you vibe. No way. This one as well. They even have that smell. I can only eat in so when it is in G nuts, the grinded one. That is the one. Nsobola okuzirya but no, I can eat them neesigama nti kulya kuwoomerwa but bwekuba kulya kuwoomera nziriira mu gundi nziriira mu ki nzirya in grind nuts in grinded nuts. Anyway, I would like to thank for those that have been here uh, ever since we started this show in the first hour. We started with how how non-fast Muslims faced prison yesterday. They escaped prison yesterday in Nigeria for not fasting. uh, I don't know how people like I don't know how Muslims look in Nigeria because for someone you're seated somewhere, you're at working place and someone arrests you. mm, it is something which is terrible. I don't know how things run in Nigeria. To Muslims, maybe Muslims in Nigeria have a different government compared to the normal government that is of Tinubu in Nigeria, because the statement says like police Muslims or Muslim police arrests. So it means there is a government for Muslims in Nigeria. I'm sorry to say this because that is what the statement says, and over 10 people were arrested for failing to fast. I don't know whether they researched much about the reasons why these people did not fast, because someone may be sick.
Mm,
Someone may be sick.
true.
Tegera. Abantu bali kudda. Most of the people they are on medications, but you can't just arrest someone just because has failed to make up to fasting. But I would like to thank those that have been watching us ever since the first hour. For those people that have been watching us on different platforms, Facebook, Twitter, yeah, thank you for watching. And for our new people that are watching us the first time, never and ever forget to subscribe this YouTube channel, Black Fire Network too. Never and never forget to subscribe. For those that are watching us on Facebook, like and follow uh, uh, Black Fire Radio Station. That is our Facebook page. Endeavor and endeavor to like and follow. For those that are always watching us, sorry, on Twitter, endeavor to like our videos and follow. It is a Tuesday, and we always broadcast from Kampala, Uganda.
Mm,
I'm Innosetu with my colleague Maria.
mm. Thank you. Thank you so much, guys, for support. And Jibjaba, thank you for dropping in your comment and for always coming through whenever we are live. Thank you so much for
Mr.
those who
Blackfire
also
was also
watch our
here.
replay. Yeah, Blackfire always there. Guys, oh God, no, let's not go back there. But of course, thank you so much. Much love. We wish you a blessed day for those who are just waking up. And of course, it's a good night for those in the eastern part of Africa. Uganda, it's hot down here, guys. Let's just say bye bye. See you tomorrow, same time. Have a blessed day.
Ntitwala mpaka ku lunaana oba nabwe tekadde ekigasegenza
Bye.
kisobola kaddamu okuba lumu kati kasegenza asatu tegera ku munaana oba ku lunaana.
Got to talk about you anyway. So I think tomorrow we shall be coming the same time with yet another beautiful topic. We are looking forward, of course, to having these guys coming in. And yeah, um,
And I don't know whether Pharaoh is connected to this channel, knows about this channel, but
yeah,
we have taken some time without meeting. I think it is a 1 week duration without seeing Pharaoh.
mm,
If Pharaoh you're there, what's up? I know.
I don't know if he's in WhatsApp. But
Yeah, but it has been a week time without seeing you here joining us here. He's someone who likes African issues, someone who has realized the importance of being an African.
mm,
He has read and learned a lot about being an African. It is better to be an African like than something you don't know where it came from and for what reasons.
mm.
Um, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for loving and supporting our shows every day. It is still Blackwood Fire Network. We'll meet tomorrow, same time. Bye bye.